Hey, let's do another plant YouTube collaboration. So we're still talking about this. Yeah, I reached out to plant YouTubers and asked them to send me clips of the favorite plant they got in 2019. This is gonna be part 2. How did you find enough people to do part 1? Because I'm Legends of Monstera. No, don't do that face. So this is part 2 of the favorite plant I got in 2019 YouTube collaboration. Hope you guys enjoy.
Hey you guys, what's up? My name is Sarah and I have a channel called Peanuts Plants. It's actually named after my fluffy orange cat, which he makes an appearance in lots of my videos. But today I'm going to be showing you guys my favorite plant that I got in 2019. First off, I just want to say thank you so much to Jimmy for including me in this collab. I absolutely love your channel and I always learn something every single time I watch one of your videos. So thank you so much. But let me just show you this plant. I had a really hard time, you guys, figuring out which plant to show you guys because I have probably like 4 that I'm really favoriting at the moment that I really love. So I had to think about it a little bit different and I decided to look at it as what plant would I be the most upset about if I lost, and it was this guy. So let me grab him, he's huge, so get ready. Okay. Here is my giant Sansevieria cylindrica and he is so big and crazy. I absolutely love this guy. I did pick him up on sale at Pike's Nursery, my favorite nursery that is in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and he is huge. I couldn't believe it. So he does have some kind of weird brown spots on him, and on some of the tips it's kind of crispy brown. So I think that's why he was on sale, but since I've had him, it hasn't gotten any worse, and his new growth doesn't have any of those spots. This right here is his newest arm that he just shot out for me, so he seems to be happy. He lives in my plant room in a corner and he doesn't really get the best of light. He would probably grow a little better if I gave him some more light, but as big as this guy is, it's hard to find a spot for him. Yeah, I absolutely love him so much, and I do know that they changed the genus. It's not Sansevieria anymore, but I'm still calling him Sansevieria. And let me just show you what size pot he's in. Hold on, I gotta set this down. Okay, so here is the size pot he's in comparison to how giant he is. Sansevierias really like to be root bound. I found that mine grow the best when they're a little bit root bound. And look at how big he is to the size pot. And I did pick him up for $21. He originally was $29 and I got him on sale for $21. And there was actually another one there that was on sale, and I went back a couple days later and it was gone because once I got this guy home, I really liked him and I wanted to pick up the other one, but I was too late. Somebody else has him. But yeah, this I would say is my most favorite plant that I picked up in 2019. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys chose as your favorite plant for 2019. But thank you so much, Jimmy, for including me in this collab. I hope you guys enjoyed it and have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much. Bye.
Hey houseplanters over on Jimmy's channel. I am Marina, your favorite millennial planter. It's okay, you can admit it. And I'm from the YouTube channel Millennial Planter, and today I am talking about my favorite purchase of 2019, and that was a really hard one. I got some really cool plants, some really nice wish list plants, but ultimately I went with this one because I just can't stop staring at the leaves and I'm low-key obsessed with her, and it's kind of my favorite, but don't tell the other ones. And it is my variegated syngonium. And I mean, how can you not be obsessed with this plant? Honestly, these leaves are to die for. And I mean, just look at this little half moon and then this other half one. Like, I can't get enough of this plant. It's putting out a new leaf. Can you see that? Do you see that? The best part about it, and really why I chose this plant, is because It is such an easy grower. I thought it was going to be more difficult because it has all the white in it, and a lot of plants that are variegated that have that white variegation grow slower. But no, this one just grows like an easy-going syngonium. If you have any syngoniums, you would know they're fast growers and like just really easygoing plants, and this one is no different, and I'm obsessed, and it just makes me love it even more. And honestly, just get one if you don't have one. You need this plant in your collection. If you don't know, syngoniums end up vining as well, so just imagine this sort of thing vining down, or you could put it on a moss pole. I mean, it's beautiful, and I love it. I love you. I love you. Go get yourself this variegated syngonium. You won't regret it. I promise. Yes, this is definitely my favorite purchase of 2019. And as always, Jimmy, thank you for being so kind and including me in this awesome collaboration. And I hope to see you all on my channel. Like I said, it is Millennial Planter on YouTube and on Instagram. And I hope to see you all there. And let me know what you guys think of this variegated syngonium or just syngoniums in general. Okay, bye guys.
Hi guys, my name is Michelle, and my channel here on YouTube is called Plant Utopia, and Jimmy asked me to do a video, and I want to thank Jimmy for having me in this video about the favorite plants that I got in 2019, or the favorite plant that I got in 2019. I couldn't narrow it down to just one. I love this plant. I got this plant in 2019. I think it was early in 2019, like spring. It is called, I have to look, Aristolochia leucanora. And sometimes they call it, it is also known as the pipe flower, and it attracts swallowtail butterflies when it blooms. It hasn't bloomed for me yet. I got this plant at Gardino's last year, and it has gotten really big. I will pop the picture up of what it looked like when I got it, and I will show you what it looks like in the yard, because since this is so close, I mean, it's pretty tall. But here's the leaf. The reason I bought this plant is I saw it on Instagram last year, and of course I went looking for it, and I found it at Gardino's. That was the only place I could find it, and I went out and looked, and I don't see it out there anymore. So I don't know where. Maybe they will get it back in. So that is my first favorite plant that I got in 2019. And then I also want to share with you my other favorite plant, Monstera stanleyana. And this is the white variegated, I think they call it the cobra plant sometimes. Beautiful plant. Love the way it grows. If you look, see how it grows, kind of cascading up like that. I love that. And it's an easy grower. It lets you know when it needs water. The leaves will curl. And I haven't had any problems with it. So I love this plant. So I highly recommend it. please come check out my channel. And I'm also on Instagram, Plant Utopia. I will put it up here. It'll pop up here. My YouTube channel, Instagram, and I also have a blog if you like reading better than you like video or pictures. Some people like reading blogs, and I try to keep it a little bit different than I do my channel, so it's not the same stuff over again. So that's it. I want to thank Jimmy for letting me be in this video. I really appreciate it. And have a great day, everybody.
Hello everyone, my name is Katie. I am from a channel here on YouTube called Inquisitive Greens. I am an American plant nerd located in Sweden. And Jimmy asked me to be part of a little collaboration with him and probably some fellow YouTubers about what was your favorite plant you acquired in 2019. And that was a really hard question to answer, by the way. That's very difficult for us crazy plant lovers. But I did narrow it down to one plant. You may have guessed it. It's next to me here. This is the Philodendron Glorious, and this plant is just really incredible. I love this plant. I got it on the second half of last year, so I haven't really owned it for a super long time, but it has grown so much over this winter. It blows me away. I got it when it was a couple of leaves only, and look at it now. It's climbing. It's just putting out really amazing leaves. So this is a cool hybrid between Philodendron Gloriosum and Philodendron Melanocrasum. And the thing I like best about this plant is that it climbs and gives off a lot of the characteristics of the Gloriosum. I love the Gloriosum. It's definitely one of my very favorite plants of all. However, it's hard to manage as an indoor plant because of its growth habit, since it is a creeper. But this one grows up, so it's a lot easier to manage indoors space-wise. It's also very luckily very easy to care for. It just kind of grows non-stop. I have it in a well-draining potting soil with some perlite and orchid bark and soil, and I water it just whenever it gets dry, and I have it against a west-facing window, and it just keeps growing and growing, and it has not had really any issues here, so I'm very happy about this plant. It's definitely my #1 plant from 2019, I would say, for sure. Thank you very much for including me on this collaboration. I'm really excited to see what everyone else acquired last year and what they consider their favorite. So you can find me on Instagram, on YouTube also, and various other places around the internet. So have a good day. Thanks for watching.
Hey Plant Rents, it's Kayla from Millennial Planter. Thanks so much for coming to Jimmy's channel. I am honored to be here. Quiet. I'm working right now. Mom's working right now. Could we chill out? So my name is Kayla, like I said, and I'm from Millennial Planter. You can check me out on Instagram and on YouTube at Millennial Planter. But I talk about all things plants, pretty much everything plants, and sometimes I talk about myself too. So I actually got reached out to by Marina at Millennial Planter telling me that Jimmy was doing another video for plants, favorite plants I bought in 2019. So I reached out to Jimmy and he was so nice to include me in this series. A plant that I got in 2019 that happens to be one of my absolute favorites. And it is the Cycas revoltica. And she is this lovely specimen right here, also known as the sago palm. I think the sago palm is probably the most underrated plant. So if I was part of Jimmy's most underrated plant episode, I would have talked about my sago palm. So sago palms are a type of palm, obviously. They are used to tropical, subtropical like temperatures and an environment. I don't provide her any kind of tropical like environment. I have literally told this girl that the odds need to be forever in her favor. I have not watered her that often. I think I can count on maybe one hand how many times I've watered her since I got her in 2019. But that's also because it's been winter time and she really hasn't been wanting that much water. She's been holding a lot of water in her roots. And I know that because she does have some roots over at the top of her soil. If I just move her soil out of the way a little bit, I can check on her roots. And her roots are doing pretty good. They're actually starting to circle the base of this little nursery pot. So I have her in a cash pot right now. It was just because I really liked this pot, and it just so happened that the nursery pot that I had her in happened to fit in this pot without her like going deep to the bottom. So this little cash pot has, I don't know what you would call that underneath there, but she sits perfectly just in there, and it was undisturbed and it was perfect. So I've just had her in there since I potted her in here. She's actually a Costa Farms Plants of Steel plant, and I purchased her from a store called Lidl. If you guys don't know what that store is, it's like the sister company to Aldi, and they do sell plants there. This was the plant that I got. I actually purchased her with a Sansevieria, and that Sansevieria died. Plant of Steel. So they grow from this little base here and sprout out these really cool palms, fronds, if I think that's what they're called. Yeah, fronds. And they just come out from the base here. They are extremely poisonous, so if you have children and pets, they definitely need to steer clear away from the sago palm. She sits right in front of a west facing window, but I also have a south facing window in that same room. So she gets a good amount of sunlight, very little watering. And when I do water her, I typically just water around the soil, and I try to steer clear of this base heat. I don't really have any issues with her. I had an issue with aphids, mealies, just a bunch of pests recently, and she was the only one that had absolutely no pests. I didn't need to treat her. I didn't need to do anything to her. I'm sorry, my dogs are just going crazy. I didn't need to do anything to her other than maybe provide her with a little bit of water because I kind of forgot about her. I don't see any roots coming out, so I really feel like this is going to be her forever home for a really long time. Do you see her root? You see that root? I find that once I touch my plants, they're just like, stop. Just don't touch me. And they're dramatic. They're dramatic. They really are. They're all queens. But other than that, me and this sago palm are like best buddies, and she is definitely my most favorite purchase of 2019. Thank you guys so much for having me here. And I thank Jimmy again for including me on this episode. It's been a pleasure. If you guys want to see any more of my content, any more of my face, and any more of my plants, just go ahead and follow me at Millennial Planter on Instagram, or you can subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Thank you so much for having me. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.
Hello, my name is Celia, and my channel name is CeliaDW. On my channel, I like to talk about plants, obviously. I also like to do a bit of travel vlogs and a little home decor as well. So if you're into any of those things, be sure to check me out and give me a follow. I'd be really happy to have you. But let's get into what my favorite plant of 2019 was. So in 2019, I acquired quite a few plants, but if I had to pick a favorite, which I don't really want to do if I'm completely honest, I would have to say it is this Monstera. I actually picked this up from the Rare Plant Shop, owned by everyone's favorite plant YouTuber, Kaylee Ellen. It was before she stopped shipping to America, which, Kaylee, if you ever see this, please, we need you to ship to America again. But this was sold to me as a Monstera radicans. But then later, via Instagram, Kaylee let me know that it was mislabeled when it came to her. But in fact, it is a Monstera, bear with me, Pentipetaria, I think. we'll put something on the screen. But I love this plant. It is finally in the winter months started to grow for me because I installed a very cheap and easy grow light, and it has just made this plant so happy. I'm finally starting to see some fenestrations on the leaves, especially on this new one here. So I am excited to see what the spring and summer growing season will mean for this plant here and for all of my plants. So if you're interested, please check me out, and I highly recommend this Monstera. Super easy to care for. Thanks.
Hey plant fam, this is Jacqueline from Jacquelines Jungle, in case we've never met before. I got into plants in 2019, and basically this question is asking me, what is my favorite plant? Period. So it took me a while to figure out exactly which plant I was going to choose for this. And ultimately, I chose the plant that I chose because it sparked something in me. And yeah, let's just talk about it. Okay, so this is my Hoya Crimson Queen. She is literally my queen. Ooh, I hit the ceiling fan. She's on a hanger. She hangs in my southeast window. I don't know if she's going to be able to stand that light come summertime, but for now she's okay. She's got a few leaves that need to come off. I digress. I purchased this Hoya Carnosa Crimson Queen at my favorite local nursery. I was very hesitant. Look at those green leaves. I was very hesitant to purchase it because I'd never had a Hoya before, and I was afraid that I was going to kill it. So after a few weeks of literally dreaming about her, I took the plunge, and I'm so glad that I did because I never get tired of this plant. And honestly, it just sparked this insane, oh, tendril in my hair. Are you even a plant parent? If your plants don't get caught in your hair. I just became totally obsessed with Hoya. And now I have a whole bunch of Hoya. So this babe will forever and always be my queen. This is my favorite plant from 2019. And yeah, I don't really know how to end this, so I'm just gonna be the awkward INFJ that I am and say goodbye. I appreciate you, and I hope you all have a beautiful day.
I have no idea how he found me, because I am such a small YouTuber right now. Hey plant heads, welcome back to Jimmy's channel. It's really weird filming for somebody else because I'm so used to saying what I say at the beginning of my videos. Anyways, I am Julia the Plant Goblin. If you do not know me, hi. Head on over to my channel at Good Life Green Tropics. Jimmy reached out to me and asked if I would like to join in on a collab, and obviously I could not refuse. Anyways, the topic for today's video is favorite plant of 2019. Now, if any of you guys do watch my channel, you guys should know what my favorite plant is, because I talk about this plant way too often, but I just love it so much. My favorite plant of 2019 would have to be a Philodendron Josebuano. This is my Philodendron Josebuano. That's the newest leaf. I love this plant so much. It is so easy to take care of. It likes a bit more humidity than some other philodendron. It's not insanely humidity needy like other philodendrons, but it does like a quite bit more than your regular house humidity. If you don't, it ends up with little crispy ends. The variegation is absolutely stunning, and I think that's why I love it so much. Every leaf is a little bit different in regards to variegation. that is my favorite plant of 2019. Thank you so much, Jimmy, for reaching out to me. Toodles.
Hey everyone, it's Lauren here from Laura's Leaves, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite plant from 2019. Jimmy was kind enough to reach out to me and ask me if I wanted to participate in this YouTuber collab, and of course I said yes. That's awesome. Thank you, Jimmy. So on to my favorite plant of 2019, and that would be Mr. Tumbleleaf, my fiddle leaf fig. Does anyone know the show Tumbleleaf with Fig the Fox? Yeah, well, he's named after the show Tumbleleaf. So this is my fiddle leaf fig, also known as a Ficus lyrata, and this plant was actually a gift from a good friend of mine. I was apprehensive to get it. I've always heard that fiddle leaf figs were finicky. The finicky fig. I never purchased one for myself for the fact that I thought I was going to kill it. I heard that they don't like to be moved much. You need to get the watering right, the lighting right, or they're just going to get crispy leaves and kind of deplete. And I thought that was going to be the case. But no! He's done awesome. Besides a few crispy leaves down here, the last two leaves, he's doing really well for me. These are his two newest leaves. They've been here for a while. There is a little nub in the middle that is about to push out, and hopefully this spring it'll give me lots of new growth. Now I keep this in the window right here. I keep it right there in that south facing window, and I might rotate it a little bit. Tumbleleaf loves it there. I water him maybe every 2 to 3 weeks. In the winter, I think I've gone up as long as 4 weeks without watering, just because it's winter and it takes a lot longer for this big plant to dry out. He is still in his nursery pot. I don't know if I'm going to repot him this spring or not, because I'm nervous, because he is doing so well. I water him when he's bone dry. I've read and heard wait for the first 2 inches of the soil to get dry and then water him. I wait till he's dry to the bottom. I use my moisture meter when it's at 2, 3 is when I'll give it water. And that's worked for me so far. I would recommend, these leaves do collect dust easily. I would recommend wiping them off so it can get better sun from the window, because dust and debris on the leaves can prevent it from getting as much nutrients and sunlight as it would like. But besides that, he's been low maintenance for me, and fingers crossed it continues to be that, because a lot of people call this plant overrated, and I felt that way as well. But when someone gifted it to me, I was bound and determined to take care of it, and take care of it properly, and so far so good. So please, I hope it stays that way. And I'm very pleased with it. I would never have purchased this for myself, but I think I'm going to buy another one to see if I can keep that one alive too. Maybe I just lucked out with Mr. Tumbleleaf here. But let me know what you think. I like them. I just want to say thanks to Jimmy for including me in this video. This was a lot of fun, and I hope all of you Legends of Monstera viewers enjoy this. And if you'd like to check out my channel, it's Laura's Leaves, one word, and I hope to see you over there. See you guys later.
Hey everyone, it's Alex over at Beantown Houseplants. If you don't follow me already, why don't you go check out my page? I think I have some content that you might like. I live in Boston, and I gotta say, we are kind of lucky here in Massachusetts because we have some awesome plant shops. One plant shop that I don't ever shop at, because they sell more basic plants but very high price because it's in a touristy location of Boston. I lucked out because I noticed one day in the summer of 2019, they posted on their Instagram page that they had this plant in stock. And my jaw dropped because this was a wish list plant of mine. And when you see it, you will totally understand why it was my favorite purchase of 2019. You ready for this? My Jade Satin Scindapsus. And you are seeing everything correctly. Your eyes are not playing tricks on you. This is a full pot. You don't often see full pots of this plant. Now, when they posted this picture, I died because I hadn't seen this plant being sold in the US. I've only seen cuttings of it. And I saw full plants being sold in Canada and in Europe. So when they posted this, I died. I immediately emailed them and I was like, please, 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 please hold one for me. And I think they thought I was a nut, and I don't think they understood how in high demand this plant is. When I did go to pick up my plant, they had about 25 of these still there, and I couldn't believe, even after that post, they still had this plant in stock. However, it sold out, obviously, eventually, because they have not had this in stock ever since. I was able to grab one for myself and for a couple plant friends, and I gotta tell you a little bit about this plant. It's been pretty low maintenance. I water it every couple weeks. I haven't repotted it yet, but it's doing fine. It is a slower growing plant, but as you can see, it is putting out some new growth. I've been able to take cuttings of it for some of my friends, and it's rooted easily for them. I haven't personally tried rooting this plant yet, but you know, it's nice to share this plant with people because, again, this is not an easy plant to get your hands on. My favorite characteristics of this plant are its huge, large, matte leaves. They're just so beautiful. They've got this very smooth texture to them, and it's just so easy going. So this is my favorite plant purchase of 2019. I think it was such a great deal. I got this pot for 29 bucks. You sell people selling cuttings for that price. So favorite purchase, favorite plant, and I hope you can understand why. Thank you so much, Jimmy, for inviting me to participate in this video, and thanks for watching, everybody.
I really hope you guys enjoyed this collaboration. Seriously, guys, definitely, check out these other plant YouTubers. It's really hard being a plant YouTuber, really hard, especially as a smaller channel. It's really hard getting exposed, getting discovered. I know that all these channels, they work really, really hard to make new content, to make exciting, creative content for you guys. So, if any of them really spoke out to you, you like their energy, you like their vibe, definitely give their channel a check out and a follow. And I guess that's it. Till next time, happy planting.